I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review of Rough Country's adjustable control arms fitting all 1997 to 2006 TJs. These will also work on the longer wheelbase LJs. You can purchase these as a kit of all 8 or as pairs. Anytime you lift your Jeep, the axles will move toward the center line of the vehicle. So in order to get them recentered in the wheel wells, you'll need a set of adjustable control arms. Also, when you lift a solid axle vehicle like a Jeep, you will change both the pinion angle and the caster angle of both axles. Having adjustable control arms will let you dial those angles back in. A bad pinion angle can cause a vibration and premature drivetrain wear, and lack of caster angle can give you a flighty feel on the highway. If you have a non-Rubicon TJ and you're lifting over 4 inches, you'll probably want to run a slip yoke eliminator and CV drive shaft, and you'll also need some adjustable control arms to reset your pinion angle. A set like this will get all of those jobs done. These control arms are single adjustable instead of double adjustable, which does make it a little bit more difficult to get your angles dialed in. However, once you set it up once, it's not something you have to change often, and these are going to be a little bit less expensive than those double adjustable arms on the market. These do have spherical joints at one end, which are going to provide a lot more articulation and performance off-road. These control arms are really beefy. These things are going to be strong, and they're going to hold up to whatever abuse you want to throw at them. They have a factory-style rubber bushing on one end, and again they have that spherical bushing on the other that provides you with 20 degrees of articulation on your upper arms and 35 degrees on your lower arms. What that's going to allow is for the axle to articulate and move, giving you more flex off-road and keeping more tires in contact with the ground more often, which all leads to more traction. These joints are completely rebuildable. In fact, they come out of the box disassembled. The assembly process is really easy with the included tool that Rough Country gives you. Getting these control arms installed in your Jeep is going to be pretty easy, although there are quite a few steps because you have to unload the axles in order to do so. Installing these while installing a lift kit will cut down on doing a lot of steps twice. If you're installing these and you aren't installing a lift kit at the same time, you'll have to first support the Jeep from the frame and then disconnect or loosen anything that keeps the axles from drooping. So that will be your sway bar links, your shocks, and possibly your brake line extensions. From there, you can completely droop the axle and remove the springs. Once the axle is unloaded, you'll be able to remove one control arm at a time and replace it with whichever control arms you're swapping out. Again, these are available as a kit of all 8 or as individual pairs. Once you have the control arms placed back on the Jeep, you can check your pinion angle and your caster angle and make adjustments as necessary. The whole process could take 4 hours or more depending on the tools you have on hand. Speaking of tools, you can get this done with traditional hand tools, but if you have access to air tools and especially a lift, it'll definitely speed up the process. These control arms are going to be a little bit less expensive than some of the other adjustable control arms on the market. Now, some of those other control arms will have additional features, like possibly being double adjustable, but mostly what you're paying for with the control arm are the joints. And I know that in the past, Rough Country has had a bit of a bad reputation for making a part that doesn't last quite as long as it used to. But in my opinion, Rough Country's definitely turned things around in the last couple of years, and they built a control arm that will definitely hold up and last. And even if they do end up wearing out, they're completely rebuildable. So it really comes down to your build and your budget. If you have the budget for one of those big name control arms that has additional features and you want that, they're definitely available. However, if you want to save a couple of dollars but you still need something that's adjustable, this is a nice way to go. So whether you've lifted your Jeep and you're looking to recenter the axles and the wheel wells, or you need to adjust your pinion and caster angles, a set of adjustable control arms is the way to do that. And if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend the money for those top brand control arms on the market, this is a nice, less expensive option. So that's my review of Rough Country's adjustable control arms fitting all 1997 to 2006 TJs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.